Every single day, you are bleeding your most valuable resource, your mental energy. You care too much. You care about what your neighbors whisper behind your back. You care about what your boss thinks of your silent efforts. You care about how absolute strangers look at you on the crowded streets. You have built a heavy, dark cage around your own soul, and you willingly gave the keys to people who do not even care if you live or die tomorrow. The ancient Stoics discovered a terrifying but liberating truth. Your endless obsession with validation is a dangerous form of voluntary slavery. You think you are free because you have no chains on your wrists, but your mind is shackled by the opinions of fools. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius did not rule the greatest empire on earth by trying to please the roaring crowd. Seneca the Younger did not find profound inner peace by chasing the shallow applause of the Senate. They mastered the rarest and most powerful art in human history, the divine art of not caring. Tonight, we break your psychological chains. We will build an impenetrable mind that no insult can pierce and no sudden tragedy can break. Welcome to the dark fortress of absolute internal freedom. Let us travel back to the ancient stone porches of Athens, where a crippled slave named Epictetus changed the world forever. He owned nothing but his mind, yet he was freer than the wealthiest masters of Rome. Epictetus taught a fundamental law known as the dichotomy of control. Listen closely, because this single truth can destroy all your anxiety instantly. Some things are completely up to us, and some things are absolutely not up to us. Look at your life. Your opinion, your dark desires, your strict discipline, and your immediate actions are up to you. But your fragile body, your financial wealth, your reputation, and the chaotic actions of other people are not up to you. When you care about what someone says about you, you are trying to control the uncontrollable. You're trying to command the ocean waves. It is pure madness. The rude driver who cuts you off in traffic, the coworker who steals credit for your hard work, the partner who fails to see your worth, they are external events. They are like the winter rain or the sudden thunder. Will you get angry at the rain for falling? No. Then why do you let the words of a flawed human being ruin your peaceful night? True Stoic indifference is not about being a cold stone statue. It is about understanding where your power ends. When someone insults you, they are merely projecting their own internal sickness. Their words have no magical power. They only hurt you because your own mind cooperates with the insult. If someone hands you a piece of burning coal, you only get burned if you choose to hold it. Drop the coal. Stop caring about things outside your fortress. Imagine you are standing on the edge of a massive cliff, looking down at the ruined monuments of empires that thought they would last forever. They are all dust now. The kings, the beggars, the critics, and the saints are all buried in the same cold earth. This brings us to the heaviest weapon in the Stoic arsenal, memento mori. Remember that you must die. When Marcus Aurelius walked through the golden halls of his palace, an imperial servant walked behind him, whispering a constant reminder, "You are just a man. You are going to die." Why did the master of the Western world need to hear this? Because death is the great equalizer. It burns away all trivial nonsense. When you lie awake at 3 a.m., stressing over a minor mistake at work or a sharp comment from a friend, invoke the shadow of death. Ask yourself this brutal question. Will this matter when I am lying on my deathbed? Will this insult mean anything when my lungs take their final breath? The answer is always no. We waste our brief, beautiful flash of existence worrying about the opinions of people who will be dead in a few short decades. The critic who judges you today will be dust tomorrow, and so will you. In the grand cosmic scale, all human gossip is just meaningless noise in an empty room. Knowing that your time is ticking away, like sand in an hourglass, gives you a fierce, quiet courage. It makes you realize that wasting a single second on anger or social anxiety is a crime against your own life. Walk through the world like a ghost who has already died and returned to life. Nothing can offend a ghost. Nothing can hurt a man who keeps death by his side. The modern digital world is a meat grinder for your focus. It forces you to react to everything. A notification pops up and your heart rate rises. An internet comment offends you, and you spend hours typing a furious response to an anonymous ghost. You are giving away your peace for free to anyone with an internet connection. You are reacting like a puppet on a string. Marcus Aurelius taught a brilliant psychological strategy called subtraction. When the world screams at you to care, you have the supreme power to simply have no opinion. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the ultimate display of dominance and self-control. When someone attacks your character, look at them not with anger, but with clinical contempt. See them for what they truly are: lost, blind children stumbling through the dark. Seneca once wrote that the best revenge against an insult is to deem the speaker unworthy of your reaction. If a dog barks at you on the street, do you get down on all fours and bark back? Do you feel offended by the animal's nature? Of course not. You keep walking. Many humans around you are operating on the exact same primal animalistic level. They lash out because they are weak, insecure, and filled with self-hatred. Your calm silence is a mirror that forces them to look at their own ugliness. By refusing to care, you completely strip them of their power. You remain the absolute king of your internal empire, while they exhaust themselves screaming at a stone wall. To survive the modern mental plague of anxiety, you must build what Marcus Aurelius called the inner citadel. This is a private sacred space inside your own mind where no external chaos can enter. The world outside your citadel can be on fire. Empires can fall, economies can crash, and the people closest to you can betray your trust. But inside your citadel, there is absolute, unshakable stillness. How do you build this fortress? By changing how you talk to yourself in the dark. Epictetus said, "Man is not disturbed by events, but by the principles and notions which he forms concerning events." When a tragedy hits, or when you lose your job, or when someone leaves your life, your mind immediately screams, "This is terrible. My life is ruined." But the practicing Stoic stops the mind right there. You strip the event of its dramatic narrative. You look at it bare and raw. You do not say, "My life is ruined." You say, "I lost my job. That is an external event. Now what is my next move?" Your mind is a laboratory. You have the power to turn every single piece of garbage the world throws at you into pure gold. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. Do not just tolerate the hard times, love them. Treat every insult, every betrayal, and every failure as a heavy stone you can use to reinforce the walls of your citadel. The harder the storm hits, the stronger the fortress becomes. You are not a fragile glass cup that shatters when dropped. You are a raging fire that consumes everything thrown into it and grows larger. We have traveled through the darkest corners of human psychology and climbed the highest peaks of ancient wisdom. Now, the time for theoretical philosophy is over. It is time for action. As Marcus Aurelius famously commanded himself, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Look into the mirror tonight. Look at the eyes of a warrior who has survived every single bad day, every broken heart, and every silent panic attack. You are still standing. The world tried to crush your spirit with social pressure, digital noise, and the opinions of small-minded people, but you are still here. From this moment on, you sign your own Declaration of Independence. You stop caring about the applause because applause is just the clapping of hands. You stop fearing criticism because criticism is just the moving of lips. You anchor your worth solely to your own character, your own internal discipline, and your own moral truth. When you close your eyes tonight, let the cold, beautiful reality wash over you. You are a solitary traveler on an epic cosmic journey. You own nothing but your soul. Let everything around you burn if it must, as long as your internal flame stays bright and unyielding. Go to sleep with an iron mind, knowing that when you wake up tomorrow, you will face the world not as a victim of circumstances, but as the absolute master of your focus and the supreme warrior of your own destiny. The chains are broken. The fortress is secure. Open your eyes, embrace the dark, and step into your absolute freedom.